Hey guys, it's Chris again. I'm here to give a review on the Jawbone Up. After 1 day of use, I basically just wore it last night to sleep, and then I also used it today as a pedometer to track my steps. So one thing I noticed about this is it's kind of tricky to put this on. It's confusing whether or not you should put it in this way or if you just put it on through the wrist. And from my experience, the best way I found is to put it through the wrist like this. So I would just slide one over like this, bring it over, and then wrap it around. That was the best way I found to put this on without any effort. The other thing I noticed about this is that this bone right here that sticks out on most people's or everyone's wrist, it's better to have it behind it. So when you measure your actual wrist at the store, I'd recommend fitting it for here and not for here. Because if you measure for here, your wrist kind of hits it, see? And it gets really uncomfortable if you're in certain situations, if you're doing like any kind of yoga where you have to stand on, where you have to, balance your weight on one of your hands. And then that point right there, it hits. So when you get fitted, make sure it's behind the bone and make sure it fits at that point. So medium still fits me pretty well for the most part. And then the other thing I want to talk to you about was wearing sweaters or any long sleeves. If you wear like a tight sweater, it's going to hit it. So keep in mind that when you do wear this, that if you wear some kind of sweater that has a tighter cufflink, it's going to hit it and it might get annoying to some people. Other than that, it seems pretty cool. It's pretty sturdy. Nothing about it feels like it's going to fall apart. Yeah, so I'll go in and show you the input that I have put into the phone. Alright, I just connected my Jawbone up to my phone, and the first thing I see after syncing it is that it shows this status bar. The left one shows your sleep, the middle one shows how many steps you made, and the third one is used for food logging, but that's a feature I'm not currently using. So as you can see here, on the sleep, I got 5 hours and 13 minutes of sleep, which is 75% of what I should be getting. For walking, I hit my goal. I got almost 5,000 steps. So the cool thing is if I click this, it'll show me exactly what each one entails. So I go to my steps. I can see how many steps I did throughout the day. And if I click it, it'll show me more detailed information. I could see how much calories I burned, the distance I went, how long I was active, and how many steps I made during that time. And if I slide on over, actually if I close this, if I slide over to the sleep, I can check that out. And it could show me my sleep pattern for the whole night. So as you can see here, the orange ones means when I was awake. So it looks like it took me about 30 minutes to fall asleep. And I was awake for 46 minutes. The big light blue blocks are during light sleep. And then the tall ones that are darker are deep sleep, or aka also known as REM sleep. I had 3 cycles. You're supposed to have 4 or 5, so I didn't really have good sleep. And then it shows your alarm right here. It woke me up at 8:03 a.m. I actually set it to wake me up anytime between 8 and 8:30. So what it does is that it tries to wake you up during a time frame when you're not in deep sleep, because the best time to wake you up is when you're during light sleep. And that could help your overall quality when you get up. And yeah, so that's that. Let me just bring it back to portrait mode here. Alright, so if I go to the next tab, I can go to team. And this basically shows me and my friends. I only have one friend right now. I think it's one of the guys, maybe one of the founders, but he adds everybody. His name is Max. And you can see your comparison to him and your friends. Yeah, the next one is the feed tab, which basically shows how you compare to the people around you. As it's kind of like team, but this has other people that you don't know. So it's kind of like a Facebook news feed. You can see what's going on, how other people, are progressing in their, their activities. And then they have this new thing called challenges, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like achievements in video games when you try to pick a challenge and you have to fulfill it. So some of the challenges that they have is like complete 100,000 steps in 10 days. That's kind of hard to do, but here, let me see if it'll load the challenges here. Yeah, looks like it's having a hard time, but yeah, they list all kinds of challenges earlier, even things about food or sleep, and you gain these points. I'm not sure I don't think they're redeemable towards anything, but it just kind of puts you like on this ranking of, how you place with the people around you. And the last but not least tab is your profile. You can see everything about yourself, your friends. You can see your feed, your achievements that you've accomplished, and then you can change your goals. So my goal for each day is to walk 5,000 steps, but you can change that to whatever you want. You can. My goal for sleeping is 7 hours. You could change that. And then this goal is to eat 2 meals a day that are energizing. You could change that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the application. Yeah, so the only thing is that this is not Bluetooth. It does not sync it by itself. You have to connect it to your phone each time you want to see the data that you recorded. So kind of sucks, but you know, if it was Bluetooth, it would probably eat the battery a lot faster than 10 days. So it's not a bad thing, you know, because I mean, you're going to have this on your wrist the whole time, and you're going to have this phone in your pocket the whole time. It's not hard to pull off that cap and just connect it to your phone whenever you want to see your data. So I think it's fine. Other than that, the only thing that that was kind of like my issue was this button right here at the end. You have to push it in order to let it know that you're going to be sleeping, or if you're going to be awake, or if you're going to be active doing some kind of sport or heavy activity. So when you do press it, you just hold it down. It'll give you a vibrating confirmation and a light indicator showing that it's switched to a sleep mode or it's active mode. So the sleep mode is indicated by the moon icon, and the active mode shows by like a sun icon. And to get it to let it know that you're going to be doing some kind of heavy activity, you have to push it and then push it again, kind of like a double tap, and then that'll let it know that, hey, I'm going to be doing something heavy. I'm going to be like running a mile, so I want you to record it more efficiently or more accurately. So other than that, that's the only things that I found that might be a problem. People can easily forget to change it to sleep mode, but I guess the worst of that is that you'll just, you know, you just won't get that data of that night's sleep. I actually, my brother tried to use it for sleep. He forgot to set in sleep mode, yet it still woke him up at the time, but it picked the exact time of 7 o'clock for him. It didn't actually look for the best time because it didn't know it was in sleep mode. So it's important that each night before you sleep, you just hold it down, make sure it shows the moon icon, and yeah, you're set. So this is the Jawbone Up. Subscribe to me, and I will be updating my videos for the next update. Thanks.